I'm actually very excited to have everyone here. हमने ये फिल्म के लिए जैसे कि हर फिल्म के लिए करते हैं, लेकिन ये फिल्म काफ़ी स्पेशल है क्योंकि हमने इतनी मेहनत लगाई है and it's my first film with my dad. एंड तो हाँ, मैं शूट के लिए गई थी, जयपुर में शूट कर रही थी, नाइट शूट कर रही थी और आई थिंक इट वेंट ऑन फॉर लॉन्गर देन प्लान. तो फिर मैं और मेरी टीम सो नहीं पाए और फ्लाइट लेके यहाँ आ गए और ऐसे लग रहा कि होश में नहीं है, लेकिन पहुँच गए आप सबसे मिलने के लिए और आप सबको ट्रेलर दिखाने के लिए. द प्रोड्यूसर, बिकॉज आई डेफिनेटली थिंक ही इज़ द कूलेस्ट डैड. आई थिंक दैट ही empowers people's creative visions and doesn't question it. उसके लिए सर आपको ट्रेलर देखना पड़ेगा और उसके बाद फिल्म देखना पड़ेगा प्लीज़. इट वॉज़ वेरी चैलेंजिंग एक्चुअली. मैं जब ये स्टेज पे एंट्री कर रही थी, उन्होंने कहा कि आपको एक फ्रीज़र में डालेंगे, एक फ्रीज़र का मॉक डमी बनाया है. And I was like, yeah, cool, it'll be cool, literally. And then when they put me in it, I remembered what it was like when we were shooting the film. For 21 days actually उन्होंने एक असली फ्रीज़र बिल्ड किया था जो कि -2 से -5 डिग्रीज पे चलते रहता था हमेशा, और -10 पे चलते रहता था. और वो बहुत मुश्किल था क्योंकि हम तकरीबन
एक दो बार -15 भी गया था.
-15 भी गया था और मैं बस
बीमार हो गया था.
हाँ, ये बीमार हो गए थे, मुझे कुछ वायरल हो गया था, सब एक करके दे वर ऑल फॉलोइंग लाइक डोमिनोज बिकॉज इट वाज वेरी टफ एंड इट वाज अ वेरी ग्रूलिंग शूट. बट एट द एंड ऑफ इट वो शूट ख़त्म करने के बाद एक ऐसी ग्रैटिफाइंग फीलिंग आई थी कि हमने कुछ मुश्किल किया है और कुछ दिल से ट्राई करने की कोशिश की है. एंड आई थिंक विथ मातू सर्स गाइडेंस इट फेल्ट गुड एंड होपफुली आप लोगों को फिल्म देख के वो एक्सपीरियंस, वो अनुभव अच्छा लगेगा. और अभी सिर्फ आई होप कि ये सिर्फ स्टार्ट है. और मैं उठती बैठती जो भी हर वक्त मेरे दिमाग में यही है कि मैं मेरे कला में आगे कैसे बढ़ूँ और मेहनत कैसे करूँ और अपने माँ बाप का नाम कैसे रोशन करूँ और आप सबको ये कैसे महसूस कराऊं कि हाँ इससे जो भी मौके मिले हैं लाइफ में वो इस चीज़ की हकदार है. तो वो कोशिश हमेशा जारी रहेगी.
Well, can't you make out from my expressions today? It's a very special day and she's done phenomenally well in this film, and not just this film. She's grown from film to film, and I think this film has brought her closer to peak. I mean, not that this would be an end. I'm sure she'll outgrow the kind of burden that she carries being Sri's daughter. She's going to carve her own niche, which she has begun very well by playing various kind of characters, starting with Dhadak, then Gunjan, then the short film she did.
पापा तारीफ बस करो, और लगता है जब फादर बोले.
नहीं, पर जो फैक्ट है बोलने में क्या है.
ठीक है, ओके, सॉरी.
मैं ऐसा ही हूँ, जो है बोलता हूँ. नहीं अच्छा तो नहीं अच्छा.
अच्छा ठीक है सर.
जिस दिन तुम बुरा काम करोगे तो तुमको पहले घर पे बोलूँगा और बाद में अगर कोई मीडिया वाले मेरे से पूछेंगे तो उनको भी यही कहूँगा. यस, आई एग्री विद यू. मीडिया को ही बोलूँगा मैं. वेल, दिस इज हाउ father feels. As a producer, I'm definitely delighted with the outcome of the film. The first time director, National Award winner, Mathukutti, he's done a brilliant job. He's even taken care of minutest detail in every aspect. Right. Whether it is performance, whether it is set, whether it is music, whether it is writing, whether it is locations. It's his brilliance which will be seen on screen. And of course, he's complemented by Rahman Saab, by Javed Akhtar's magical writings, and not to forget the actors. She's had. I mean, Janhvi is lucky to be blessed to get performers like Manoj to play her real life father. And I think seeing him, I somewhere felt that this is how even I would emote. So that's how good he is. Wow. And then acting with Sunny, who's absolutely brilliant in the film. And so are the other actors, even the cop who's there, the senior inspector Sanjay Suri. So there are quite a few elements which help the entire look of the film and have given the shape to the film the way it is now. Right. And I hope the way I'm excited, audience also gets as excited and happy as I have got after seeing the film. Hoping for the best, keeping fingers crossed.
मैं सबसे पहले तो थैंक्स करूंगा कि इतनी अच्छी स्क्रिप्ट थी और जो हमारे डायरेक्टर हैं उनका जो विजन है फिल्म के बारे में इतना क्लियर था कि एज एन एक्टर बहुत ज़्यादा उसके अंदर मुझे सोचने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी, मुझे सिर्फ फॉलो करना था उनको, उनकी इंस्ट्रक्शंस को। और जानवी का जहाँ तक सवाल है, बहुत ही हार्ड वर्किंग, और ये मैं श्रेय उनको ही दूंगा कि जनरली क्या होता है कि हम लोग जब ऐसे बड़े स्टार्स के बेटे बेटियों के साथ काम करते हैं तो हमारे अंदर एक हिचक होती है, बट शी वाज सो कूल, शी वाज सो नाइस कि पहले दिन से ही मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई और एकदम बहुत अच्छी केमिस्ट्री हम लोगों की बनी, और होपफुली आपको फिल्म के अंदर वो नज़र भी आएगी।
देखिए, वो एक कहावत है कि उंगली कटा के शहीदों में शामिल होते हैं लोग, तो मैंने भी उंगली कटाई है। मैंने तो सिर्फ पिक्चर में गाने लिखे हैं। और I must say that it's a very powerful, very effective film. It's cold, but when it will be released, it will be hot. Yes. So, I'll definitely congratulate the director. देख, होता क्या है हमारे यहाँ हिंदी पिक्चरों में, मेन स्ट्रीम में ख़ास तौर से, कि हम ये भी डाल दो, वो भी डाल दो, ये कर दो, इतना करते हैं कि हम उसको बिल्कुल मेल्ट कर देते हैं, कहानी को, उसको एकदम पानी बना देते हैं। लेकिन वो कम लोग होते हैं जिनका हौसला होता है और भरोसा होता है उन्हें अपनी कहानी पे और अपने कैरेक्टर्स पे, कि दे स्टिक टू द मेन लाइन एंड दे डोंट डाइवर्ट। दैट मेक्स द फिल्म पावरफुल। और ये बहुत ही मतलब रिवेटिंग फिल्म है। यू जस्ट कैन नॉट टेक योर आइज अवे फ्रॉम द स्क्रीन वंस इट स्टार्ट्स। दैट इज द क्रेडिट टू द डायरेक्टर। सुपर्ब जॉब, so well edited film. And then of course Janhvi is exceptional and so is Pahwa साहब। ये बहुत ही अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस था। और मैं आपसे एक सीक्रेट शेयर करता हूँ, मुझे जब बोनी साहब ने बताया कि हम पावा साहब को इस रोल में ले रहे हैं, तो मैंने कहा क्या कर रहे हो भाई, ऐसा मत करो। इसलिए कि मैंने उनको देखा था जोया की फिल्म में, दूसरी फिल्म में, वेयर ही हैज़ प्लेड वेरी लाइट हार्टेड रोल्स एंड ही वाज सो गुड। तुमने कहा भाई यही करते होंगे तो। मगर वो समझ में बात आई कि अगर आप अच्छे सिंगर हैं तो किसी भी सुर में गा लेते हैं। तो उसी तरह से अच्छा एक्टर जो है किसी भी रोल में ढल जाता है। एंड हिज परफॉर्मेंस इज अनबिलीवेबली गुड। तो ये जो इन दोनों की बाप बेटी की फिल्म में जुगलबंदी है, वो इट हैज़ रीच what is considered to be a mirage perfection. It really has reached perfection. Or I'm sure that once you will start watching the film, you will not breathe till the film ends.
जावेद साहब कुछ एनेक्डोट्स बता रहे हैं पिक्चर बनने से पहले, शुरू में क्या हुआ था। मनोज साहब का किस्सा तो सुना है। जब मैंने इनसे कहा हम सनी को कास्ट कर रहे हैं तो जावेद ने कहा अरे यार बहुत अच्छा एक्टर है। मैंने उसकी हाल में कौन सी पिक्चर देखी थी, आपने जिक्र भी किया उस पिक्चर का?
हाँ, इसे याद नहीं है, ज़रा घबरा गया हूँ। मैं सोच रहा था पता नहीं मेरी कौन सी बात बताने वाले हैं, तो उस नर्वसनेस में मैं नाम भूल गया। इनका भरोसा नहीं भाई।
तो उन्होंने कहा ही इज अ फैंटास्टिक एक्टर, गुड चॉइस, वेरी गुड चॉइस, ही विल बी द सरप्राइज एलिमेंट इन द फिल्म।
Thank you so much.
Another major contributor to this film is not present here, but his representative is there. AR has really done a great job, great job. चाहे वो गाने हों, चाहे उसका बैकग्राउंड हो, तब मालूम होता है जब आप सुनते हैं कि AR रहमान को AR रहमान क्यों कहते हैं। कोई रीज़न होगा ना, वो ये है।
Thank you so much,
इस
sir.
फिल्म का म्यूजिक, इस फिल्म का म्यूजिक, गाने और बैकग्राउंड दोनों।
I guess so. But it's funny you said that because जिस दिन वो फ्रीज़र में टेम्परेचर सबसे लो गिरता था, उस दिन मैं जानती थी कि आज परफॉर्मेंस दर्द सही में अंदर से आने वाला है। आज का परफॉर्मेंस सही होगा अगर टेम्परेचर नीचे कर रहा है। So yeah, I guess so. I do, ma'am. I think that for me, doing roles that are as different as possible and that make me feel like, oh, here's an opportunity where I can push myself and surprise myself, hopefully, is always exciting to me. If I feel like I've shown up for a jog, I mean, not for a jog, for a job, and I'm going through the beats of it in a way that seems familiar to me and I'm not really growing from it, I feel like that defeats the purpose of being an actor. And I think the audiences deserve and expect more than that from me. So I need to push myself.
What we did was actually the writer who wrote Raid and Pink, no sir, yeah, Ritesh sir, he introduced me to him. I gave him the script and I said, structurally keep it safe, but the heart of it, keep it here, because otherwise it will never connect. I will not be able to connect to the very tiny nuances for sure, because I'm coming from there. And what we used to do is that Janhvi, like from the beginning, when she got the script, she'll come to the office, and every day we didn't know why she was coming every day, and we used to wonder why she's coming every day. And she used to come with the script and sit in front of us. And I'm not a very people person, so there was no ice breaking, nothing, because I was nervous, because we did a very small film and then came here. So then she's like, second day I asked, then she asked, are we not reading the script? Like then no, we do that on the day of the shoot. So why? Then third day also she will bring the script. We'll put some situations, we'll do acting, and she used to get nervous. And the final day, I think fifth day or something, she told, you are responsible for this if the shoot delays, because on the day I'm not going to learn my lines and come. What we did was that on the set, like we read it once. I asked her and the people around whom I trusted in the set, like about which of these dialogues didn't seem out of which of these dialogues, if they seem out of your house, do tell me. So it's based on the trust of each person in the set who know this place than me, is upon like the reality of the script, and each scene is built upon that. And I used to ask Janhvi, do you say this at house? If you don't say it, you tell me. So that's how we tried to. So that's why I'm telling, like the core of it is from the core of the team. So I think it'll connect. I hope.
Honestly, with me, that happens anyway. So I try not looking at it in such a calculative way. I had seen Helen, and I was honestly very thrilled about working with a maker like Mathu sir, who made what some people would call a small film, but with so much finesse and so much passion and heart, I think. And that was the excitement in it for me, and I thought that it was something new and challenging. And so I took it up, and I also felt like Helen hadn't reached a lot of audiences in the North because it hadn't been dubbed and released. So I didn't think of it like that. And I also took it up as, see, even when you get a script, you're getting a character written by someone else, and then you're interpreting it. So I kind of look at it like that. I'm getting something that was interpreted by someone else a certain way, and then I'm getting a fresh version of it, and I get to interpret it my way. And that's what I've tried to do.
And perhaps take you to something which has happened in the past. You know, Mother India was a remake of its own version. And Nargis finally went on to bag, all the major awards, and the film went on to become the biggest success. In fact, in the single screen days, whenever a new theatre was to open, they used to open with Mother India, because 28 shows houseful was a guarantee. And nowhere in Nargis ji's performance you saw the nuances of Javed Akhtar, who had done the original Aurat. So it depends entirely on the actor who's doing the present job. And there is no way the influences can interfere with the new actor doing this particular role, which has been done earlier. It's the machinery inside which has got to work. You've got to feel every bit of the character. And that's what is important. What's important is that the character has got to become what the part requires it to become.
हम जानवी को देखते हैं तो श्रीदेवी जी की याद आ ही जाती है, डेफिनेटली, यू नो. व्हाट डू यू फील?
मुझे देख के नहीं याद आती.
आपको तो
सिर्फ जानवी को देख के याद आती
है. आपको तो है, लेकिन यू नो हम जानवी में श्रीदेवी जी को ही देखते हैं. इनफैक्ट, लेकिन उतना पोटेंशियल उनमें है. व्हाट हैव यू टू से ऑन दैट थिंग?
You asking me?
Yeah, sir.
Well, you see, everybody has a different mechanism to understand a character and to perform accordingly. I wouldn't say perform, to become the part. That was one of the major USP of Sri, and that is another. This is the same thing, because perhaps she carries the same DNA. She also picks up the character, or rather gets into the character and doesn't play the part, becomes the part. And which is why you've seen the growth in the films that she's done so far. Incidentally, you see, the audience in North India saw Sri after she had done almost 150 to 200 films in South.
Yeah.
So she had reached a particular level of, understanding what characters are and how each beat has got to be captured or, understood. So she came here after doing 200 films in the South. My baby has just started a journey. So don't put her into any kind of a comparison with any of the work of her mother. No, as I told you, she also had a journey which was brilliant. She started as a child star, but most of the North Indians saw her after she had done more than 200 films.
एक्चुअली ये शूट के दौरान जब हम फ्रीज़र का पोर्शन शूट कर रहे थे मैं बहुत ही बीमार पड़ गई थी और काफ़ी दिनों के लिए एक्चुअली मुझे ऐसे लगता था कि मैं होश में नहीं हूँ क्योंकि मैं इतने मेडिसिन ले रही थी एंड वी हैड ऑलरेडी गॉन ओवरबोर्ड बिकॉज द फ्रीज़र शूट वाज सो टफ ऑन सो मेनी पीपल एंड आई जस्ट रिमेंबर दैट लास्ट स्ट्रेच बीइंग very mentally and physically exhausting because the way we started playing it, and Mathu sir, you can chip in if you have anything to say also, we would start running really long takes. तो हमने पहले जैसे इमेजिन किया था कि 5 मिनट का सीन करके बाहर आके 1 मिनट का ब्रेक लेके वापस करने जाएंगे, but then we ended up running 15 minute long takes where I'd go through the entire action and there was a lot of crying, breaking, screaming, and it was a lot.
Let me also add this. You see, while they were shooting the freezer portion, I mean, there were quite a few people who fell ill, recovered, and all that. But Janhvi fell ill, recovered. The director, Mathukutti Xavier, okay. He fell ill, he had just recovered from COVID. So the immunity was not that strong, which is the reason he got affected by the cold, the freezer shoot. And I think almost for 4 or 5 days a week, 6 days, he was, bedridden in the hotel. And then the doctor told him, you're not to enter the freezer. And since the doctor knows the film world, he said, you can see the monitor from outside. So he said, yes, I'll do that, I'll do that.
And he stayed outside for precisely 10 minutes of the first day and then he was inside the freezer.
With a muffler, monkey cap, all those things. He never got out of it. And then again, you feel ill for the second time also, yes. So this is what his, creativity or the kind of person he is, the kind of director he is. He didn't want any loose ends, anything to be missed out. And he had to be there to give instructions even when the camera was on. When you see the film, you'll realize, there are so many delicate movements, so many intricate movements. She falls, there are too many things which required detailing. And he felt that detailing cannot be explained or pointed out if he's sitting on the monitor. So he had to be in there where the action happens. And so he fell sick again. And I was lucky that it didn't happen the third time.
मैम आई थिंक जैसे कि मैंने पहले भी कहा मेरे लिए थ्रिल और एक्साइटमेंट इसी चीज़ में है कि मैं अलग अलग टाइप के फिल्म्स करूँ, अलग अलग किरदारों को निभाने की कोशिश करूँ और उनके ज़रिए आई कैन लिव डिफरेंट लाइव्स एंड लर्न न्यू थिंग्स एंड ग्रो एंड देखिए स्टार वार बनना बहुत अच्छा है और उसमें मज़ा भी बहुत आता है, लेकिन मुझे एक्टर बनना है और हमेशा से बचपन से यही ख्वाहिश रही है कि मैं एक्टर बनूं और आई थिंक एक्टर बनने के लिए किरदारों को ईमानदारी से और सच्चाई से निभाने की कोशिश करनी चाहिए.
नहीं, इस तरह से देखिए, इस तरह से कभी कोई सोचता नहीं है. वो उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा काम किया. पंकज त्रिपाठी जी इज वेरी गुड एक्टर, वेरी फाइन एक्टर. वो फिल्म भी मैंने देखी हुई थी और उसमें केमिस्ट्री कमाल की थी. बट जब आपको जब काम मिलता है तो आप उसको बिल्कुल अलग तरीके से अप्रोच करते हैं. ये सोचते नहीं है कि उससे कंपैरिजन होगा, ये उससे कंपैरिजन होगा. मैं एज एन एक्टर, मेरे को लगता है कि जब मेरे को ये फिल्म मिली तो मुझे आई वाज सो हैप्पी एंड आई सेड के इतनी अच्छी स्क्रिप्ट है, इतनी अच्छी ये कहानी है, तो आई शुड पुट माई 100%, दैट्स इट. उतना ही सोचा एंड आई वॉज विद द डायरेक्टर. मुझे लगा कि जो उनका विजन है उसको मुझे फॉलो करना है और आगे पीछे उधर कुछ देखने के लिए. आई वॉज देयर विद द डायरेक्टर.
Because I would have been a nervous wreck with Janhvi around because as it is, she she's a perfectionist like a mother, and ये perfectionist का कीड़ा मेरे में भी है. तो दो perfection एक सेट पे एक दूसरे की खाली हम लोग एक दूसरे का खाली नेगेटिव पॉइंट्स ढूंढते रहेंगे या एक दूसरे की टांग खींचते रहेंगे. और दूसरा ये कि भाई आई एम नॉट एन अकम्प्लिश्ड एक्टर टू प्ले दिस काइंड ऑफ अ पार्ट, बिकॉज दिस पार्ट इज अ वेरी चैलेंज. इसी जो मैं लव रंजन की फिल्म में कर रहा हूँ, इट्स अ वेरी लाइट हार्टेड फिल्म. इट्स बेसिकली a character which is not intense.
Papa is basically playing Papa in Love Source film.
So I wasn't doing anything. I was just playing myself.
नहीं, किसी रेफरेंस की ज़रूरत नहीं है. एक कहानी है, बाप है, बेटी है, वो है. और ऐसे जब आप एक रिलेशनशिप ऐसा है, ये मैं भी बाप हूँ, एक बेटी का बाप हूँ, एक बेटे का बाप हूँ, तो आई अंडरस्टैंड. ये बेसिक इमोशन है कि आपका जो एक बच्चा है वो कहाँ है, किस मुसीबत में है. आपको इसके अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा रेफरेंस के भाई मेरे को कोई ऐसा रेफरेंस, ये इमोशन ऐसा है जो अगर आप जाएंगे इसके अंदर तो ऑटोमेटिकली जो है वो बाहर निकलेगा. और इतने अच्छे खूबसूरत सीन्स हैं, इतने लिखे हुए इतने अच्छे सीन्स हैं, स्क्रिप्ट इतनी सुंदर है. आपको सिर्फ फील करना है, आपको उसको कैरेक्टर प्ले, जैसे मोनी जी ने कहा कि आपको हो जाना है उस सिचुएशन में, बन जाना है वो, तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली वर्क करेगा आई थिंक.
It did actually. So what had happened was I'd gotten so used to being around him all the time during the lockdown, and before that we really didn't get to spend much time together once I started working. And then slowly when I started shooting for Jerry, I realized that oh no, like real life is starting again, and I don't know how much time I'll get to spend with him. But because of Mili, I think we got to know each other in a new capacity. And it's been fun. I'm thankful not only because I got to spend so much time with him as a daughter, but because I got to experience what it's like to work with Boney Kapoor as a producer also.
Only I know what I'm doing or what I've done, or maybe the crew of that film knows. But Janhvi's films have released. So we have spoken about her work and discussed quite a few things, and Khushi did participate. And now when Khushi's teaser came out and that complete introduction song with the whatever you call, Zoya calls it a sizzler. She calls it a sizzler. So when that came out, we again sat together, and I mean, of course, there was nothing to criticize because it was just amazing, and we all enjoyed watching it, and we discussed only the good points because I could just see good points in it. And same happens whenever I see Janhvi's film, or whenever me and Khushi see Janhvi's films.
I think discussion is honestly off late. It's been mostly about dates. Where are you between this and this date? Okay, I'm here. Okay, you're there. Okay, maybe we'll get 2 days in the middle to spend time together. It's mostly always about dates these days.
Yeah, like I was in Chennai and she happened to come to Chennai for a photo shoot. And she had to leave the same evening, same night. From the car, she was crying and saying, Dad, I wish I had stayed back. Yeah. Dad, I wish I had stayed back. So, and while she was shooting at home in Chennai, we hardly chatted with each other because she was busy shooting across, around the whole house. And I was up in my room. I didn't want to come and poke my nose in what was happening down. And after the shoot was over, she barely spent a few minutes with me. And she just said, I'm in a rush. I've got a flight to catch. She didn't realize that she had not spent any time with me. But from the car, after she left home, she was crying, saying, Dad, I wish I had stayed back. I wish I had stayed back. So this is something which has happened and I think will continue to happen because, I mean, for me, all my 4 children, like for instance, now Arjun and Anshula are abroad. We try and connect every day, speak to both of them. And same with them, they're chatting or talking. I talk. I don't believe in chatting. I talk. They chat and sometimes talk. So this thing will continue, and this is what perhaps is the joy left in my life, just interacting with my children, all 4 of them. And I'm blessed that all 4 of them love me more than what I hoped for.
He just liked me and Papa better.
He preferred to, Beti was the right opportunity, and the right opportunity he thought was working with Janhvi and Boney Kapoor. And of course,
let him say.
I was approached by 2 people actually. But one person said, first call was that throughout the script, no, the whole structure, everything change and change and change, and it was a completely different film. Then I said I don't want to do it. Then another person called, and then I told one thing, like I need the structure as it is, because it's a core which we had worked for years, no, because to do that again we'll need years to work on it, no, each script is like that, no. So then I told, then he said okay, but then I said we'll shoot in minus temperature. We shot it in minus temperature. I want to shoot it in minus temperature, because when you move around, no, you will lose the shiver, everything, because when you're concentrating on the action, lifting things and stuff, you cannot do this together. When you're shivering your jaws and doing action, that doesn't go along. So when I said that, no, big actor it is, you cannot do all those things here. Then I'm like, okay. Then I said I'm not doing it. Then later is when Bonisa called me. And then Bonisa called me. I didn't know him personally. I told him, sir, the structure, I want you to make the film like you made it there. You come here. Like that was the brief. Like no change. I want how you made it there. And since then, I must say, it was like a, what do you call, a strange producer, I must say, because I'm not over exaggerating it. Because you saw the teaser, no? In May, there is this Janhvi's reveal shot that's taken using a robotic arm. So I went to him. That was not used in Helen. So I went to him and I told him, sir, there is this bolt robotic arm which
It's a camera setup.
What is it? And then I said, I want to reveal like this and this and then. Okay. Then he looks at you and see if you're confident about what you're telling. He looks at you sharply and, do you think it will be nice? He'll expect the S, how much confidence I have on the S, he will get it granted. Yeah, sir, it'll look amazing. Okay, give ball to whatever arm he wants. Like. So, I mean, and he thinks if the film is, like, if film is not, if he doesn't spend cash, no, he thinks it's cheap. So, that way it was like very strange.
सर अभी वो बहुत लंबा आंसर है और मुझे भूख लगी है।
अगर आप छोटे से,
और मुझे रोना नहीं है, स्टेज पे अच्छा दिन है तो अवॉइड करता है।